Good people, welcome back to Mose Knows. I'm your host, Mose. We are on episode 16. Look at me, I'm about to start losing track. We are on episode 16 of the team-specific mock draft series. Today, I am the resident GM of the Arizona Cardinals. So we're going to go through this mock draft like we did all the other mock drafts. We're going to pick some players for the Arizona Cardinals, and we're going to see how this shakes out. Let's jump right in. Using the Draft Network draft engine, trying to keep it consistent throughout this entire series. We want all 7 rounds, and we want our fast draft speed. Now, y'all probably saying, Mose, we know you. You're a Niners fan. Are you going to do right by the Arizona Cardinals? I have to. For the integrity of my channel, I have to be unbiased. And I have to do right by all of these teams in order for me to have any credibility moving forward with anything I say on this channel. It's called Mose Knows. So if I'm not, unbiased, and if I don't help them the best possible way I can, then y'all gonna be saying Mose don't know nothing. Half y'all probably saying Mose don't know nothing now anyway. But I digress. All right, Arizona's on the clock. Team needs corner, most certainly. And the corner that I wanted for them is gone, which is good for us. Running back is a need for sure. Interior O-line is a need, yup. Tight end is a need, yup. Linebacker is a need, maybe not. Corner again, interior D-line, interior O-line, wide receiver edge. Okay, so 2 guys on the board. You would go either way. They need a running back, and they need offensive line help. I could lean towards Najee Harris, but Elijah Vera Tucker is still on the board right now. And because Elijah Vera Tucker is still on the board right now, it only makes sense for you to get someone to help keep Kyler Murray upright. It only makes sense. You need that interior line help. We're going to go Elijah Vera Tucker. I think we can get a running back at the top of the 2nd round. We should be able to. Maybe not. So the 3 top running backs, Najee Harris went to the Jets at 23. Travis Etienne went to the Buccaneers at 32. And Javonte Williams went to the Dolphins at 36. That's actually not a bad pick for the Dolphins at 36. Oh, Niners can get ball in the 2nd round. Throw him on the outside with Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. Okay. Now you're saying I could have went Najee Harris first and got somebody like Wyatt Davis here in the 2nd round. Yeah, that's possible. But Elijah Vera Tucker is the best guard in the draft. And if he falls to us at 16, I don't see why we don't take him at that spot. So we may have to look to get running back a little bit later in the draft. That's okay. Corner is another need for this team, especially after the departure of Patrick Peterson. And I really like Asante Samuel Jr. I think he's not rated as high as he should be. He's got the pedigree. Everyone knows who his dad is. Everybody knows Senior. And the way he played when he was in New England, the way he played when he was in Philly, and Junior plays the same way. And I think he's going to be a good corner, a really, really good corner in this league for a long time. So let's get our guy here, Asante Samuel Jr., with our 2nd round pick, number 49 overall. I don't believe we have another pick in the 2nd round. And do we have a pick in the 3rd? Don't believe so. It looks like it might have been traded. The Raiders have 2 picks in a row. And I believe one of those picks was ours. That may have been like a draft day trade or something like that. We're in the, wait a minute now. You getting into the 4th round, I'm not seeing no picks. Now that's good for me personally as a Niners fan, because the Cardinals don't have that many opportunities to make their team better. Now it's always possible they could, trade some draft capital and try to maneuver their way on up and down the board. But not having a third or a fourth round pick, that's tough. That's tough. I don't believe, based on looking at their roster, I don't believe there are any players that they would move for draft picks, but it's always possible. Would they look into moving next year's picks if they feel that they're going to be exponentially better than they were last year, going into the 2021 season, and maybe their first round pick won't be, in the middle of that first round. It won't be 15, 16, 17. It'll be more like 24, 25, 26. If they feel like they can make a deep playoff run, then that's definitely always possible. I would hate it if this happens, but I'm going to do it just because I have to. They need a running back. They really do. They have Chase Edmonds, but he's not the guy. But I feel like if this cat goes to Arizona in that offense, he's going to be a stud. And I'm going to have to hate playing him twice a year because I really like him. In the 5th round, Arizona Cardinals select Chuba Hubbard. That's a really good pick for them if he falls to them in the 5th round. He's going to come in and compete, and I guarantee you he's going to win that starting running back job out the gate. I think he'll probably be drafted higher than the 5th round. The devaluing of running backs is ridiculous to me. I mean, I understand it. They do take a beating. But also you got to look at it. Teams aren't running the ball 30, 40 times a game anymore. Maybe Tennessee, because you have a Mack truck running the ball. Derrick Henry is such a monster. That dude is unreal. But even him, he gets maybe 22 to 28 carries a game, and he makes the most out of those carries. This is a new NFL, and especially in Cliff Kingsbury's offense. They may only have 30 runs a game because Kyler Murray has 10, 12, or 15 carries from the quarterback position. But the running backs themselves, they're not carrying the ball 30 or 40 times unless they're big and they're just trying to chew the clock. This is a different NFL. Teams are getting more spread out, passing the ball at a higher percentage than any, previous years or previous generations. So the league is much different. So you can get a guy like that late because of the devaluing of the running back, and he come in and just be a star right away. Let's see. Wide receiver, don't necessarily think that's a need here. I mean, we got Hop, we got AJ Green, we got Christian Kirk, we got Andy Isabella, we got Keyshawn Johnson. I don't think we need a wide receiver as a need, especially for it to be listed here twice. And I'm not going to take another wide receiver. To me, that's redundant. Tight ends. No, I really don't like the tight end class this year. Maybe you can get a guy like Sean Byer, but do you want to waste a 6th round pick? No. Linebacker. Bro, I think we're good, honestly. You can always get backups, but I think we're good. You can always get backups, role players, special teams guys, but I think we're good. We could get another corner. And I would be upset with this one because I like Tay Gowan, one of the fastest cornerbacks in this draft. Cameron Bynum, I'm trying to understand why he's always so low. It may be this specific draft engine, but I feel like he'll go higher than that. Interior D-line. Yeah, we could use another nose tackle. And I think Chris Tonga could fit that bill for us. So let's get a late nose tackle. rotational player. Back on the clock here at 2:43, and we're up again at 2:47. Gowan is still here. Let's get another corner, add to that room. And 2:47 on a bunch of wide receivers and corners. It's a lot of those guys. Let's just add a rotational edge rusher for the fun of it. Yeah, let's go Chris Rump. He can play outside in the 3-4. Let's go Chris Rump. And that's going to wrap it up for the Arizona Cardinals. Pretty quick draft. We only had 6 picks. It's because we didn't have a third or a fourth round pick. I think we had multiple picks in the 5th round, or was it 6? I think it was the 6th round. We had multiple picks. Maybe even the 7th, because these are one of the ones that are close, 243 and 247. But let's recap real quick. So at 16, we improve our offensive line with selecting Elijah Vera-Tucker, guard out of USC. At 49, we beef up that cornerback group with Asante Samuel Jr. No 3rd round pick, no 4th round pick. In the 5th round, 160, we get a running back who could potentially come in and be our starter in Chuba Hubbard out of Oklahoma State. At 243, we get a rotational nose tackle for our defense in Chris Tonga out of BYU. At 243, we get another corner in Tay Gowan out of UCF, probably one of the fastest corners in the draft, maybe top 3, top 5 fastest corner in this draft. And then at 247, we take Chris Rump, the second edge rusher out of Duke, again, rotational pass rusher in that 3-4 defense from that outside linebacker position. That's going to wrap it up for the Arizona Cardinals. Not that many picks. So they're going to have to be very, very calculated with what they do and who they take. Can these picks net them more picks in this draft? I don't think so. I don't think they have enough ammunition to move up with the picks that they have. Will they need to dip into next year's picks if they see someone that they like now? I think so. Will a player need to be moved if they want to move up in this year's draft? Again, I think so. They're probably going to have to dip into next year's draft capital or a current player on the roster if they want to move up into, back into the 2nd round, or if they want to, get a 3rd round pick this year for a guy who's still on their board who may have fell, or a 4th round pick for the same reason. So if they don't do that, if they don't have a player that is expendable, and if they don't want to reach into that pool of next year's draft picks, then with these 6 picks, they're going to have to be very, very calculated with what they do. It's possible that they may need to trade down from 16. Now that would depend on who's on the board. If Elijah Vera-Tucker is there at 16, which I don't think he will be, or if somebody like J.C. Horn is still on the board at 16, which I don't think he will be. But if they are there, then they may have to consider staying and taking one of those guys at that spot. If Vera-Tucker and J.C. Horn are gone, and those are your 2 top positions of interior line and corner, then maybe you look at trading back from 16 and maybe getting another 2nd round pick, or getting, a 1st round swap, getting a 2nd and a 3rd, or a 2nd and a 4th, or something like that for another team to move up to 16 and get a player that they want. So that's also a possibility, moving back from that 16 spot. But that's going to do it for the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals fans, let me know how you like this draft. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you would do differently. You can hit me up on all my social media accounts. They'll be linked in the description box below. Also, if you're new, you're family, and there's nothing you can do about it. But since you're family, I need you to do 2 things for me. I need you to hit that subscribe button, and then I need you to take another 2 seconds, and I need you to hit that bell icon so that you get notified every time new content drops right here at Mose Knows. Thanks so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you spending your time with me tonight, and I will see you in episode 17. Peace.